Algebra 2, Target 32. I can describe and compare sampling techniques. Focus today is on types of sampling. Before we start talking about sampling, we need to talk about some terminology. We got a population and a sample. Basically, when you're looking at everything, you're looking at the population. So when you're looking at America, you're looking at the population of America is everyone in America. You're going to collect data on them. Often, though, because there's like 300 million people in America, collecting data from 300 million people, it's kind of difficult. It's very time-consuming. It's going to take you a lot of manpower to do it. So we do what's called sampling. We look at just pieces of America, like just Wisconsin, or just males, or randomly scattered out. And that's called a sample. So for example here, the Fall Dance Committee surveys 20 11th and 12th graders to see what music they would like to hear at the dance. Identify the population and the sample. The population here are the students. And the sample is the 20 11th and 12th graders. You're going to use their information to figure out what to play at the dance. All right, so from there, let's take a look and see what are the different types of samples you can have. All right, first type of sample is called a self-selected sample. Basically, if you volunteer to do something, it's a self-selected sample. If I wanted to see how you guys did on the homework and I said, okay, who would like to show me their work? That's an example of a self-selected sample. Then there's a systematic sample. A systematic sample is when you have a rule used to select members of the population, example, selecting every other person. Or I can go down the hall and grab every 10 people and ask them how they did on their homework. Another one is a convenience sample. That's where you use easy-to-reach members of a population. Example, just asking those right next to me in the front row, how'd you do on the homework? Another example, going and waiting in line at the gas station, take the first 10 people that I meet, ask them a question. And another type of sampling is a random sample. That's where each member of a population has an equal chance of being selected. So I will give everybody in class a number, and I will use a random number generator. And I'll say, okay, of you 30 people, those 5 of you that have these numbers, bring your homework forward and I'll see how you did. And that's random sampling. Another type is a stratified sample. That's where you break the population in groups and then look at a few from each group. Example in here, if I break and take a look at the guys' homework, take 3 guys and 3 girls and look at their homework. That's a stratified sample because I looked at some guys and some girls. And then in a cluster sample, the population is broken into groups and I look at every member of that group. So if I look at just the guys' homework, that would be a cluster in this classroom. Or if I looked at just the freshmen's homework, that would be a cluster in the school. So try this problem. Read through it. Tell me what you think. What type of sampling is this? Marcia wants to know what local people think about the new city tax. She sits in a hotel lobby and asks the first 50 people that walk in how they feel about the tax. What type of sample is this? This is convenience. It's easy to do. You sit, you grab the first people, and see how was it. Try this one. A coach wants to know what students think about the new jerseys. The coach asked 10 students picked at random from each grade, what type of sample is this? This would be stratified because they're broken into groups, and you ask a few from each group. All right, so in review, there are populations and there are samples. A population is all of something. And when the population gets too big, we sample it. Which means look at just pieces of it. We discussed 6 different types of sampling today. Those 6 different types are self-selected, systematic, convenience, random, stratified, and a cluster.